The unique function is a relatively easy function to understand. It does have a few quirks though, and so let's take a look at the way that you could use it. The unique function's job is to look at a set of cells, an array of cells, and return the unique values. The basic function has one required field and two optional fields. The required field being the array, so this is where you select which cells you want to get the unique values from. So very simply here, if the unique function were pointed at the customer column, then it would return a unique list of all the customers. Here chopping out the second Reynolds and the second Gregory from the customer column. Now, if that array contains two or more columns, then everything in each row has to be a duplicate. So for example, if we look at product and cost, you might assume that for every product there is a cost, but sometimes we sell the same product for different prices. So here we sold a Cruex for two different prices, which means that a Cruex is in the final table twice, one at $17.50 and one at $16.50. Now, as I said, there are two other arguments here. The first is the argument, should it be by row or by column? Now, a typical unique function, we would want to go down row by row, determining whether the data in that row was unique. So you would have to turn this data on its side for us to want to use the by call attribute. But the third attribute, the exactly once argument, this has some potential. If there is anything where you want to see only those entries that don't have duplicates at all, then we can use true in that third argument and say, please, if there are duplicated entries, leave those out. So here what we have left when we look at the customer column is that Kraftsoft, Veracruz, and Acme Incorporated were in the customer list exactly one time. Reynolds and Gregory were in there twice, and so they were removed altogether. You could see a scenario where you might want to grab just the entries that don't have any duplicates so that you can deal with the duplicates separately. So let's take a look at this in a real-world scenario. In this spreadsheet, we see that we have our employees who work at various offices signing up for various classes. And if we look at this column of offices, we may ask ourselves the question, hey, which offices are these people from? So in cell H6, it seems perfectly reasonable that we would want to use the unique function. So we go to formulas up here at the top of the screen. We use the lookup and reference drop-down menu and find the unique function. Now, as we said, if we use only the required argument of array, which is, hey, which cells contain the different entries in it that you want to see unique values from, here we highlight E6 through E29, and it's going to go through this list and remove the duplicates. So I click OK. And there it is, 4 unique offices, Maroon Bells, Brandeis, Hammermill, and Bridgehaven. So this is what is known as a dynamic array function, which on one end means that when there are more than one response for that function, it will spill that response into as many cells as is necessary. So in this instance, there were 4 unique values, so it spills across 4 cells. The same thing can be done here in J6. Now here, we want to look at whether there is a unique list of first name, last name combinations. It's really important that if there are 2, for example, Sarahs, right? So here in row 9, I have a Sarah, and here in row 24, I have a Sarah, but they're clearly different Sarahs with different last names. So I would not want to remove Sarah Moore because Sarah Theis existed, but at the same time, if there's an Anthony Littles here and then an Anthony Littles here, I wouldn't want the second Anthony Littles. So in this case, the unique function does the combination of the first name and last name as the thing that's being judged unique. I go here to the Formulas tab, go to the Lookup and Reference drop-down menu, and find, again, the unique function between transpose and VLOOKUP. And this time, I'm going to highlight the array from C6 down and across to D29. Now, when I click OK, let's first take a look at the fact that, yes, this is decidedly shorter than the real list, which means that it probably got rid of the second Anthony Littles. It probably got rid of the second Edward Kim down here. But as we just talked about, Sarah Moore and Sarah Thies are seen as two independent people, so the second Sarah isn't gotten rid of. Now, as we mentioned, the unique function is an array function, a dynamic array function. And what this means on the back end is that it will spill into as many cells as it needs to solve this problem. So you see here that we started in cell J6 and it spilled across to the K column and all the way down to row 24 or so, because that's how many names we had. But on the front end of using a dynamic array function, we can also squeeze in some functionality. We can say, hey, for every row, I'd actually like you to do something. And so here, I'm going to take the exact same thing I just did, but let's say that we wanted to do Edward space Kim inside of the M column. Right? We don't want to spill into two columns. We instead want to create a single column with everybody's full name. So we do the same thing we did earlier. In cell M6, we go to the Formulas tab, we go to the Lookup and Reference drop-down menu, and we find the unique function. But in the array, what we're now going to do is we are going to highlight the entire C column first, C6 through C29. And then instead of also highlighting the D column along with it, we'll go ahead and throw in a little concatenate. So here I'm going to use an ampersand, which is going to allow me to tack on some additional text. And then I'll put into quotation marks a space. So Edward space, Valeria space, Brielle space. And then put in another ampersand and highlight their last names. So it's going to take first name and a space and the last name, put that all together, and then judge whether it's a unique value or not. Really nice, right? It's not just saying, oh yeah, the unique values in these two columns is this. Now it's saying, yeah, go ahead and tack these two columns together, and then I'll judge whether it's unique or not. So I click OK. I get the same unique list, but now it concatenates the names together.